Hi beauty fam, welcome back to Miki Beauty. I'm Miki, and on my channel I love to talk about luxury skincare and beauty, and today I thought I would get on the phone and internet and do hopefully a kind of a quick will I buy it, yes, maybe, or no. So I'm not gonna put these up because I don't want to get tagged, but they're on their Instagram. It is Chanel Le Blanc 2023. And I don't need, these are brightening hot packs. So when I see brightening, I think, okay, are these marketed for Asia for skin lightening? And these skin colors are, these shades are super light. So it only goes from BD01 to B30. So I think this, I'm wondering if this is only an Asia release. I noticed in Asia that like lightening whitening products are really popular, so I don't know if this is even going to come to the US, so that would be a pass for me. It looks like the Guerlain Summer 2023 Ombre G eyeshadow palette is coming out, and it's 518 Summer Jean. It's just, I'm sorry, just laughing at it. I think the colors are pretty. Guerlain is one of those like brands that I think they're getting kind of a revitalization because of Violette FR is at the helm of their creative direction and beauty, and she's younger and fresh, and she has her own cosmetics line, which is fantastic. I'm loving the blue in this, and I'm loving the purple, but the other two, the taupe and the gold, I just have a lot of those colors, and yeah, these retail really high. They're like $90. And I'm laughing because I think it's ugly. I think the cover, the summer jean, it's I don't like it. When I see embroidery on jeans, I think of Midwestern moms in the early 80s. So it's not something I'm like attracted to at all. I like half of the color of the quad. I like the blue and the purple, but it's not worth it to me to spend close to $90 on this quad. And here's the other thing. I have ordered their Guerlain now twice through their website. And the first time they canceled my order without telling me. And I was waiting and waiting and waiting. And if I knew it was going to be that long, I wouldn't have ordered through them. And then I must have had like brain or amnesia about ordering them through again. I ended up, for my last, even like my last will I buy it, I told you that I bought the cherry blossom case and the limited edition lipstick. I ordered it on January 2nd, and I have not heard anything from Guerlain. They have their money is pending, but they haven't even sent a shipping notification or that is pending. So I'm gonna have to call them again to find out what happened to my order. They have the worst customer service. So I went through Guerlain, I think, because I wanted to get my Miki Beauty engraved in the case, but it's not worth it to me at this point. I don't need it engraved. If they haven't sent it, I'm going to cancel my order, and if that lipstick case is sold somewhere else, I'm going to buy it. So just a heads up that my experience with the Guerlain customer service has been horrendous. I think it's terrible. I won't order through them again. Okay, so we're gonna move on to the Tom Ford. I might have talked about this in my last will I buy it. I'm not interested in Electric Cherry. I love the wet dry formula, but what I did end up getting is the Forbidden Pink, and I'll put up a picture here. It showed up on Beautylish, and I remember last time around this year, like the hot quad of Metal Lust kind of showed up around this time and then it like disappeared. And so I don't want Forbidden Pink to be like that again, where I was just a little worried that it might be one of those Tom Ford quads where it just pops up for a month or two, and then once it's gone, it's gone. So that was like the only quad I was actually interested in. Yeah, so I ended up getting it. So I'll be reviewing that. I'm supposed to get it sometime early next week. And out of all the 3 Tom Ford quad releases, that is the only one I will be getting this season. I almost pushed the button on this one. The Gucci New Foundation 24-hour Wear Breathable Foundation, SPF 15, Luminous Matte Finish, all 40 shades. So good on them. There's 40 shades, fair, medium, and deep. So good on them that they have a nice wide range. I love that that's kind of like the new standard. I probably would be the shade 260W. And I think what I'm going to do, I kind of like that the like the dewy look is gone. This does look like super matte to me, so I don't know if I like. I know I had mentioned before I'm kind of over the dewy look for makeup, but you know, I kind of like a healthy glow. So what I'm actually wearing today is actually the Suqqu cream foundation, and I did not powder it. So I'm not into super glowy, but this looks like healthy skincare to me. It's like a nice one, and I don't really like super matte foundations. Mattes are okay because then super matte I'm not into, but mattes will be okay for me because my oils will come through. But this looks like a super matte foundation, so I'm curious to watch other reviewers to see what they have, because the last Gucci foundation apparently was terrible and really just all over the place. And the last 3 or 4 foundations I've tried recently have all been fails, so I'm kind of having foundation fatigue actually. So I'm going to not buy any more foundation for a while until I hear like a fantastic review of a foundation, and then just using up a lot of my foundations as they once a week. I'm being committed to that. Okay, so going further to WZ Beauty's Instagram, they had posted the new Tom Ford Traceless Soft Matte Concealer, 20 shades. I actually did pick up these. So I picked up 2 shades because I wasn't sure which one. And at that time, I didn't see Nordstrom. I didn't see that they were doing the chart. Like if you're X color, then you want to pick this one up. So also with concealer, I would only be using it for under my eye, and I tend to not like the same color as my actual foundation, because some people want concealer because they want to use it for spot treatments. I actually wanted to use that concealer for under here. And so I ended up picking 3WO and 3W1, and I'll do in a different review, but I'm actually wearing it today. And it's not powdered down. I think so far I'm doing a wear test. I want to try it like 3 more times before I do an actual review of it. And I think it actually, you saw me really close, but it's quite lovely for a natural concealer that I didn't have to set down. And I'll do a review on that. I don't want to give any spoilers because I just want to test it out a little bit before I do any sort of review. Okay, so the NARS Spring 2023 Orgasm Collection, I am going to pass. I've only liked one of their palettes. Only liked this Climax palette, which is like one of my favorite palettes in my entire collection. It's so basic, but it's so good. The formula, every shade in there is beautiful. But I've noticed that people have talked about, I did that it's not necessarily the same type of formula as that one. So I'm going to be passing on that. Okay, so let me go over to ChicProfileOfficial, Tavia's Instagram handle. Okay, yeah, so now the Chanel collection is up, so that's been posted in print. And again, I will be likely passing on this. Swatches that I'm seeing of this collection are really, really light. And after the Tweeds release, I feel like I'm tapped out on a lot of Chanel eye quads. I am a little bit feeling a burned from Chanel from those Tweeds. Like, I think a lot of it was packaging and hype, and not all of those are really that great to warrant the price. It was an actually increased price from what they usually sell, at least from her Instagram page, is that there's very, very light. And actually this quad reminds me of a very lighter version of Fleur Fantasia, which to me is just like, this is like one of my favorite pastel palettes. And this is the Pat McGrath Fleur Fantasia of like, this is such a brown person friendly pastel palette. Like, I never knew that pastels could work for brown skin people until I tried this. I know it sounds silly, but I just never thought pastels were really, like, it was hard for me to find pastels. So this is like the first one that I found that really worked well. And so I will not be picking up that Chanel collection. I'm looking at the new Hypnotizing Pop Shot, specifically the Ultra Violet. And yeah, I'll put a picture here. It's this one here. And at the Brit Awards, Lizzo had someone from Charlotte Tilbury do her makeup, and she had that glorious violet all over her eyes. So a beauty friend of mine said, hey, that looks a lot like the Viseart Violet Étendue, that color Jezebel. So I'm going to actually just swatch it right now because I haven't tried this yet. So they were saying this one, it looks like that ultraviolet. So I'm gonna just swatch it here. Oh, it does look like it. It looks like a dupe. Yeah, then there's ways to intensify that. I would say with an Intensifies wand and just using that all over as a one and done. Okay, cool. So I just saved my money, so I will not be buying that. I think it's very pretty, but I think the price on those was pretty high is what I remember, like $20 or $30. I can't remember, but those are always pretty expensive. Okay, scrolling down, ChicProfileOfficial showed the Natasha Denona Love Face Palette, and that was definitely an instant pass for me. I actually sold my Love palette, her minis, the mini one, the mini palette for the Love one that had a lot of reds. I never really used it. I maybe used it, I'm gonna say never. So I always used it around Valentine's Day, and then maybe 2 or 3 times in between. And I can't get over the amount of red in that palette, and I never used all the colors. So it just reminds me of that, like, really pretty for Valentine's, and people like the packaging of Natasha Denona. I just know I would never reach for it. So I'm definitely passing on that one. Yeah, I almost pushed the button for the Pillow Talk Party matte blushes. You know, I think the only way I would get them, I would get one, which is the coral one, and I would get it on sale. So if these ever go on sale, I would definitely buy the coral one, and that's it. Okay, I'm on MakeUpCrayz, their Instagram, and they're showing Armani liquid eyeshadow. What is these? These look like cream blushes. I actually don't know what these are. Blushes. Okay, so I am burnt out of blushes. And unless these are like the formula of the Suqqu melting powder formula, I'm not interested. Like, news came out the melting powder blushes are going to be discontinued after this year because of raw materials that are really hard to source. So Suqqu is going to discontinue that formula, and then I think they might be going back maybe to the original formula, which breaks my heart because that is actually my favorite formula of blushes. So I will be doing a separate review on all the blushes I have that are melting powder formula, and get them while you can. The Danessa Myricks this past week released her blushes, and can I just say, and just how many shades of beautiful people she showed of what they look like. I ended up picking up 2 colors. I picked up Dancing Queen because it's got this beautiful kind of like berry color, which I know I've seen on people that are similar skin tone as me. It looks so beautiful. And I picked up, I think, Golden Hour because we're still in winter, and I like kind of like that warm orange color, which I'm happy to keep subdued, but then also amp up, and I love kind of like an orange blush. The Chanel Spring 2023 Summer Makeup Collection. So they are 2 limited edition eyeshadow and blush palettes that are oversized. They smell a lot like chemicals. And then lipsticks. I already have some lipsticks from the spring launch, which I'm still editing. Picking up is the deeper palette, Caractère. Definitely, I'm into it, and that'll be arriving on, I think, Wednesday of next week. Yeah, Wednesday of next week. Here, the last thing I'm going to talk about is at the end, and I'm laughing because we've all been talking about this, is the Isamaya French lipstick. And I feel like I don't know if I can post it. I might have to put like a thing over this to like to like filter it out. So it's Isamaya Beauty's lipstick, and it's basically, the case is a very like large for lipstick, and it's in the shape of a male anatomy. This I don't know. I don't want to get tagged on or dinged on YouTube for saying certain words, and so there was when these came out, there was just so much chit chat about these. And apparently these are close to $100. What's cool is that I think she's donating the profits, I want to say, to Planned Parenthood. The berry color, actually, I was really interested in, but I just can't get over the packaging. It's so funny. I'm even saying the words I'm using. It's a very red color. I don't need more reds in my collection. I want her to show in the video. Oh yeah, it's like a black cherry. Okay. Oh, but not for $100. Okay. Apparently they're sold out, so I can't even get it anyway, but I'm not gonna get this. I think it's I think what was interesting was the people talking about it, that it was meant for shock value, but for some people it just felt like really garish. And what I kind of, it's her decision for herself and what she has for a campaign as an artist. What I didn't like is that the symbol of power again is being associated with a phallus, and just really centralizing what is traditionally like biological male parts. I just want to push the envelope in a different way where we don't center male anatomy as a symbol of female empowerment. Why not other things? Women can give birth. Are the body parts that someone has, that if they have reproductive parts, I think that's just much more interesting. I thought it was pretty cliche, so I just didn't think it was very original, other than for shock value. So some people thought it was really not done, not tasteful. Some people thought it was vulgar. I just thought it was kind of like eye-rollingly kind of boring and cliche, like for shock value. So that's just my take on it. I didn't find it to be like vulgar. I just was like, not really impressed by the campaign that she's trying to do. I dig that she is donating the money to Planned Parenthood. I really dig that part. So still interested in to see what else she comes out with in her campaigns. I think she's pushing the envelope of what is considered acceptable, I guess, or just whatever is in the luxury beauty space. So still interested in that. And I think that's it, beauty fam. So if you enjoyed that video, please consider subscribing below and liking and commenting and continuing the conversation below. Let me know if you're picking up any of these products for Will I Buy It, or anything that I missed. I can't remember anything. I was trying to just remember, because the last time I did this was 2 weeks ago, but so many other products came out since the last one that I did. Okay, as always, please be very kind to yourself and others, and just be you. Take care, beauty fam. Bye.